guys, welcome back to the Daily Departure. So today I am going to chat with you guys a little bit about some scheduling pertaining to my life as a flight attendant and how that works. I am planning to film a sit-down video to talk about scheduling and how exactly that works, like one video just for scheduling. But right now I will chat with you guys really quick and just give you a really quick look at some of my previous schedules or current schedules right now, just so you can see that. Right now it is December and I am on call. I am on day 3 of 3 right now for my first block of being on call. The first day I did not get used. The second day I also did not get used. And today I was on call from 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. and I just got a text alert about 20 minutes ago letting me know that I do have a trip on my schedule today, but I was only good for one day, so it's just a turn where we leave Chicago, go somewhere, and come back, and then we are done for the day. But last night I had one of my best girlfriends in Chicago who's also a flight attendant over at my apartment, and we were both on call from 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. and I was number 2 on call and she was number 4. We were joking last night how we're like, we're probably gonna end up on a trip together, but like that's okay because we want to fly together. But we didn't want a high time turn where you are just flying all day because we're on reserve, so there's like kind of no point. And we were like, we also don't want to get called really early in the morning. I just flipped on to open time like right before they assigned me this trip to see what was out there, and there were like 11 positions open for 3 different turns. So I was like, yep, definitely getting called. But I didn't want to get called for the first one because it was a Fort Myers turn with a short call out time, so not a lot of time to get to the airport, and that was a 6-hour turn, and then a Minneapolis turn, which is very short too, and a St. Louis turn, which is equally as short. So we ended up getting assigned the St. Louis turn, which is perfect. And the way that our position on the call out report is amazing because now I'm the 2 and she's the 4 on the trip. So we are working on the back of the aircraft. We get to sit together, our jump seats are together. So I am so excited because I love flying with friends. It just makes life so much better. Not that I wanted a longer trip, but I wouldn't have minded if it was actually a longer trip because I am flying with her. I'm very appreciative of this short turn that we get to do. I will show you the block of this trip that I'm going on just to give you a glimpse as to how our schedules can look and how short this trip really is. Basically, there are 3 different numbers that you look at when looking at your schedule. There's this thing called time away from base, which is basically when you sign in to when you get released. We sign in at 2:13 p.m. and we are released by 1846. So that's 6:46 p.m. Our time away from base. We are only working 4 hours and 33 minutes. The actual flight time is 2 hours and 33 minutes. This trip is great because you're only working 4.5 hours, but you're getting paid 5. So that's just kind of a little perk. It's not always this efficient. It's not always this great, but this one is actually pretty great. So technically, we're at work for 4.5 hours and we're getting paid 5. So this rocks because I'm really using my time efficiently. I'm getting paid more than I'm actually working on this trip. But that just kind of shows you our time that we get paid versus time that we are like actually at work and like doing work or on layovers. I just finished getting ready for my trip. I'm just cleaning up my living room and stuff I have out here. But I'm gonna do 2 things right now. I'm gonna pack my food and then I'm gonna show you guys my holiday scarf that I have for this trip. So I found out about this company on Instagram. It is a newer company. I think it started in 2018, but the owner and designer is a female entrepreneur who decided to start this company while working and living in New York in the retail industry, and her issue was going to work and bringing lunch to work, and there were no cute lunch bags that didn't look like a little kid, that didn't look like a working professional type of lunchbox. So she designed this lunchbox. It basically looks like a purse. It comes in a ton of different colors and a couple different styles with the handles. So I decided to get one because I take a lunchbox to work and sometimes I don't need my huge lunchbox. I figured this would be great just for taking food on trips that were like 1 or 2 day trips where I didn't want to bring a large lunchbox. In the inside right here, it is like that insulated lunchbox material, and there is an extra area to stick some utensils and a pocket right here. So I'm gonna take that on my trip, pack up my lunch, and I'm gonna head to the airport right now too. Okay, but right before I go to the airport, I'm going to throw on my really cute holiday scarf that I was telling you guys about. It's so cute. It's like a candy cane print. So I'm going to be wearing this for the month of December. So I'm actually pretty excited that I have a trip today because I get to wear this, and look how cute this is. So like I mentioned before, the flight attendant that sold me this scarf actually does it for this organization that raises money for flight attendants for a good cause, and it's for a really awesome holiday. All right, so we are on the plane and I'm with Kristen. Hey. Yeah, don't trust us to fly together. It's gonna be crazy. But then number one, Kelly, who is like amazing. I love flying with her. So we got a pretty good crew here.
Coffee tier, me.
Or us. Coffee tier us. Yeah, there's the rest of the crew up there, and we're just causing havoc back here, waiting to get catered and waiting to do this turn. So every time that we get assigned a trip on reserve, we get this thing called a click. And the more clicks you have later on in the month, I know this makes no sense, like the less likely you are gonna get called. So I have to say that this trip is like totally worth the click because it doesn't even feel like work right now.
Because we get to work together.
We survived our St. Louis turn. We're so happy we survived. All right, Flight Attendant of the Year over here, Kristen. We had a passenger on board. It was his first time flying, so we just guided him. Yeah, he was like pretty old, but he was joining the military, so we guided him to his next gate. So we were like, follow us. We're like, this is O'Hare. They filmed Home Alone here. Classic us.
And this is where Kevin was running through O'Hare.
And this is where Kevin got abandoned by his family. Hey guys, checking in with you again. It has been 5 days since I have vlogged, and I ended up having 2 days off, so I spent that weekend here home in Chicago, and then I just finished getting off call for the third day in a row. I was on call Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I surprisingly made it off reserve without getting called for these past 3 days, which is amazing. I really enjoyed being at home. I got a ton of stuff done and I got to sleep in 3 days, so it was a really, really great part of the 3 days off that I ended up having. But I'm going to wrap up the rest of this video right now. I am going to bid for my next month. It is December right now, and my January schedule will come out in about a week and a half, so I'm going to bid for it really quick. I am not going to show you a whole ton of what it is like bidding for a line month, just because this video would be way too long if I did that. I'm just logging in right now. I will just kind of give you some really brief overview as to what it looks like to bid for my line month, which is when I get a set month ahead of time with trips. So I'm just going to show you a really, really, really quick insight into bidding again. So I am a line holder this month. This is the month of January. I am on reserve the last 3 days of December. So I am trying to get those 3 days off the rest of the month. I really don't care what I fly or what days I have off. I just need those 3 days off for a wedding. So I'm putting that in there. I like to fly 2-day trips, so I usually bid 2-day trips and see what I can hold. And lately, I have been flying later trips as opposed to earlier trips, so I think I'm just gonna do 2-day trips and see what I get for the month, and then just kind of trade it around accordingly. So that's just a little bit of insight into the bidding process for a line month. I'm sure I will make more videos in the future showing you just exactly what that looks like. I'm going to sign off now because I'm off reserve. So I'm finishing up this reserve video, even though I only flew 1 day over the past 6 days of reserve, which was really nice, but that's just how it is sometimes. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell notification so you are getting updates whenever I'm posting new videos, because I'm always traveling and trying to create more content for you guys and to give you some more insight on the life of a flight attendant. And I'll see you next time on The Daily Departure.